Hey guys, Ethan Bailey here on a fantastic day. Welcome back to the YouTube video. Now in this video, I'm going to explain the concept of analogies and what it actually means. It's a term that's used quite a lot, but I understand it, but not how to create them. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. Any questions, drop in the comments below. Appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button. But let's just get straight to it. So an analogy is basically showing something in a different kind of format. So what I mean by this is like, there's certain things in Facebook that you're not allowed to say and not allowed to visually show images of, because it is against the policies. And there's also products that, for example, like we're talking like weight loss products, for example, like this one on the screen. It basically, you can't show like a thin and a fat person next to each other, for example. You got to show like an analogy of that. So you can have like an ip, for example, like like an action figure, a really fat action figure, and a really thin action figure, like like toys, that type of thing. So an analogy is basically showing something in a specific way that kind of meets the kind of like idea or concept of it, if that makes sense. And it's harder to explain. I tend to explain it with images because it's a lot easier. So like right here, for example, with bloating. So bloating is obviously when the stomach just kind of gets big swells after eating things. And it's a big problem. So because I can't show a woman with a belly here and a woman with a thin belly here, I've got to show it in another way. So I use something called an analogy. So how can I show that in a different way? That obviously goes on with the Facebook policies. So what I've done here is I've got a big balloon and I've got a thin balloon. So the big balloon is like, okay, the belly, and then this is obviously the belly after. You can clearly see it's going from basically swollen, bloated, to non-bloated in 28 days. And the picture behind adds more, because in images, what less text says more. So, and at the background, you can see straight away that she's eating cake and she's eating like a chicken burger or something. So they're eating food they really like, which tends to cause the bloating. And then people may think, okay, how can we stop bloating? Better digestion, less bloating. So it's everything the consumer may think. Obviously, the product goes here, I've had to remove it for NDA purposes, but everything the consumer may think is discussed and shown on this actual ad. And to create your analogies, there's various different ways. So, for example, bloating is balloons here. What we do, if we're talking about like dry skin, for example, we can use things like deserts, and we can use things like waterfalls, for example. Another really good one is if you're doing it about like certain areas on the body, for example, you could use a donut with like a really like messed up hole in the middle, and then a donut with like a perfect hole in the middle, for example. So there's different ways to do this. I've seen numerous ways. You just got to be very, very creative on how you actually do them. In Canva, there's a tool called like Magic Media. I tend to use that when it comes to creating these type of analogies, because it works very, very well. And obviously the main tool is Canva. I'm sure you've heard of it. But yeah, that's how you create an analogy. You think of the actual kind of like before and after. That's the best way to kind of do it. The before and after, and then put that and show that in a different way that maybe not as intrusive. But yeah, hope you found this video helpful. If you are a skincare brand and you want to grow this Q4, look in the description below where it says how you can deliver my face cards. Click the link there. Share a very quick 10-15 minute chat with me. We'll assess if you're a good fit to work with us. We work with skincare brands. We work on commission. That's how good we are. And yeah, if you've got any questions, drop them in the comment section. I'd appreciate it if you would hit the subscribe button. But that's everything, and I'll see you in the next video.